Hey guys, Jamie here. Welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. It's time to check out another phone from Realme. This is the Realme X3 SuperZoom. That's right guys, this is a phone that's capable of shooting photos up to 60 times digital zoom, but don't worry, it's more than just that. In this one, we're going to take it out of its packaging, show you what comes inside the box, and see what else this phone has to offer aside from SuperZoom. Now before we jump in, just a quick reminder to sub to the channel and hit that notification bell if you haven't already, plus stick around to the very end guys. Alright people, here we go. We have the signature color of the boxes from Realme in this really eye-catching shade of yellow, and at the back of the box there's the highlighted specs for the X3 SuperZoom, which includes of course its quad camera setup led by a 64 megapixel shooter and of course 60 times digital zoom. But you also have dual selfie cameras at 32 and 8 megapixels, a powerful processor in the Snapdragon 855 Plus, and a 120Hz display. Inside the packaging is the phone itself, and our unit is in the Arctic White color variant that has 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, so there's a lot of room for all the apps you might want to download. Next up, you have a jelly case for the phone that's sadly in frosted black, so it will dull the color of the X3 regardless if you choose this color or glacier blue. Next up, you have the documentation for the phone. Make sure you keep this tucked away inside the box because you might need it one of these days. You have the SIM ejector pin that I almost always forget to show you guys, a USB-C charging cable that has a bit of a yellow accent, and lastly, you have the 30-watt charging brick. There are no earphones that come with this device, but you can purchase the Realme Buds Air Neo that costs 1,999 pesos. There's a link on the corner of the screen to check out our unboxing for that, but for now, let's have a closer look at the device itself. Like I mentioned earlier guys, we have the Arctic White color variant of the X3 SuperZoom, and I think it looks fantastic in this colorway. You will see subtle changes in its color depending on how light hits the phone, with hits of pink on the top and more bluish tones on the bottom. It is made out of glass but has more of a matte finish to it, which I'm really enjoying so far. It's not immune to fingerprints or smudges, but it is less noticeable, so you won't have to wipe it down as often if you're brave enough to use it without a case. Sadly, the frame is made out of plastic though, so there is a bit of compromise there. And while I have it here guys, let's show you the button and port layout, starting up on top where you only have a microphone. The right side houses the power button and fingerprint scanner. On the left side is where you'll find the volume rocker. And lastly, on the bottom is the access to the SIM tray, the USB-C port, and the single speaker on the X3 SuperZoom. That's right guys, no headphone jack here, and I wish that Realme would have at least included a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter, but it is what it is. Again, you can check out Realme's wireless solutions such as the Realme Buds Air or Buds Air Neo by clicking the links in the description down below. Now for the screen, the X3 SuperZoom has a 6.6-inch IPS display at Full HD or 2400 by 1080 resolution that's protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Of course, you're also getting a refresh rate of 120Hz here that adds to the overall experience of browsing through your phone, and I like it that Realme is trickling down high refresh rate displays to more affordable smartphones. By the way guys, this is a good time to insert this, but I don't have the official price tag of the Realme X3 SuperZoom just yet. Basically, the entire tech mob is playing a guessing game of how much it will cost, but hopefully it will get a good price point here in the Philippines. Anyway, back to talking about the display. It's really good for an IPS panel. I currently have it set to vivid in the settings to give colors a bit more pop, and I like it that it doesn't go overboard with saturation. Now in the audio department, it's decent but nothing to really write home about, so it's a little disappointing that they did actually headphone jack on this device. Now under the hood of the Realme X3 SuperZoom is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus processor with an Adreno 640 GPU, and as I mentioned during the unboxing, 12GB of RAM and 256GB of UFS 3.0 storage. With that package, you're going to be getting a lot of zip for your gaming needs with a ton of RAM for multitasking and a whole lot of storage for all your photos, media, and apps. Now I can't show you benchmark scores for now since they're still under embargo, but I have been enjoying playing a couple of my go-to games on this device. Giving life to the entire system is a 4,200 milliamp hour battery. Now that's a decent capacity that should last at least a full day, but there are more tests to do to see how long it will last, especially with the 120Hz display option turned on. You do have support for 30-watt dart charging though, that's supposed to get you from 0 all the way up to a full charge in less than an hour. For software, it's running on Android 10 with Realme UI on top of it. There's a bit of bloatware, but nothing too bad, and the apps are easily uninstalled if you really don't want them. Last guys, let's talk about the cameras because it does have another trick up its sleeve, but of course, let's talk about the actual setup first. As you know, we've got that 64 megapixel main camera. It has an aperture of f1.8 and is backed by a Samsung GW1 sensor. Then we have an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera, that 8 megapixel periscope with 5x optical zoom, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. You've got all the usual camera modes to try out, but they did add something to the night mode called Starry Night that's supposed to make astrophotography an easy task with this phone. And just to lower your expectations guys, we haven't been able to try it out just yet, but here are a couple of samples we've taken so far. You also have two cameras up in front, with the main one at 32 megapixels with a Sony IMX616 sensor, plus another 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera for taking group selfies, or so you can take one while maintaining social distancing. Here are a few shots from the front cameras. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for your quick look at the Realme X3 SuperZoom for now. We still have more testing to do to see what it really has to offer. Hopefully we can try out that starry night mode, but with the light pollution and curfew still in place, it might be hard to do so. Now, if you're still here, awesome. I did ask you to stay after all, but the real reason is I kind of want to challenge you. If you help us get this video to 5,000 likes, I will be running a giveaway for the Realme 6i over on our Instagram. Make sure you follow us over there and tell your friends about this video. It will really help us out guys, and you might win yourself a new smartphone in the process. Thank you in advance, but that's pretty much it for this one guys, and I can't say it enough. I do appreciate you guys dropping by and spending a few minutes with me. You know what to do. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our content. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest tech news and gadget reviews, head to unbox.ph, plus follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. My name is Jamie. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. God bless.